As the storm clouds roll in, the barbecues get put back into hibernation, and the real British summer returns, so does the Mottram CC live quiz. In a change to tonight's planned break, the BSF production boys have sprung back into action. Whilst the ever-dependable Stephen Fielding returns as the host, we have a new man behind the questions. Due to tax-based reasons, Stephen has been too busy at work and most certainly on the golf course. So up steps keen fly fisherman, Google Sheets ambassador and resident vegan to write your quiz for you tonight. It's the one and only, the pivoter himself, it's Michael Beach. So expect questions on falafel, travel hairdryers and Stalybridge Celtic. It's time to sit back, relax and get ready for the 11th instalment of the Mottram CC live and virtual quiz. Go well!
Evening all, here we are, week 11, at it again. Good evening, I hope this finds everybody well. As we have done in the previous 10 weeks, we'll start with a toast to good health. Before we do, I do know that sadly Josh Smith's grandfather passed away this week. So if Josh, Simon and the rest of the family are watching, then my thoughts are with you guys. But aside from that, I just wanted to give the usual toast to good health. I hope this finds you, your family, and your friends well. Cheers on the San Miguel's tonight. Back on there, I think it's 5%, isn't it? To good health. That's going to be followed tonight with the enormous Stellas again. These are here looking nice and chilled. That chilled actually. The front label is actually peeling off. Very, very nice indeed. All right, good evening, folks. Welcome, like I said, to the 11th quiz. So this is the first one that I haven't written tonight. Tonight's has been written by Michael Beach, as you've heard there. Very, very busy week in the tax world. And yes, a couple of rounds of golf for sure, Michael. Left me in a position where I didn't quite have time to put the hours into writing. So Michael has stepped in. I think from having a look at what's been composed here, fair to say that the pick and mix sort of falls in line with what we've been expecting in previous weeks. Word of caution. General knowledge is a step up. I think it's fair to say that in terms of difficulty, general knowledge is slightly more testing. But I'll leave that for the viewers at home to decide in due course. I think 15 is a very good effort in that general knowledge, to be fair. But Mike, it's great. Let's see how they get on here, Mike. Let's see how they get on. We've had a few of these teams acing it in previous weeks, so let's see. Hey, the quiz masters bounce back. The quiz masters bounce back. Quick one, just to say that we were going to break, but we do actually have to break next week. We have to have a week off. Unfortunately, Stephen is off polishing trumpets in Oldham, so he'll be polishing the trumpets of a number of gentlemen over in Oldham as part of his work with Brass Pass. Again, before the watershed, let's keep it nice and clean if we can. But so next week, Stephen's off, so we are having a week's break before the extravaganza, before the virtual race night and quiz extravaganza, which is likely to be one of the greatest things to ever come to the internet by a village cricket club. It really does promise to be a wonderful evening of live virtual horse racing with some rather mediocre punditry from myself and Mike Scott, and a wonderful quiz thrown in there in the midst also. Just a quick one on, we've had a lot of race and horse sponsorships so far. Just to say that we do have circa 10 horses left, and for the snip of a price of £10, that horse could be yours, obviously with naming rights and a prize on the evening to be confirmed and decided. But as you know, with my race nights, always very good prizes on offer. For the price of £10, you can be in with a shout. You can name the horse. No, listen, not my race night. Sorry, Stephen. I will take that back. Sorry, not my race night. Sorry, our race night. Sorry, Stephen. Stephen, thank you for stepping in and correcting me there. That was very, very low. That was very, very out of order, and I will retract it. Our race night. Sorry, apologies. But as you can expect with our race night, definitely there will be some wonderful prizes to be won. So if you do want a horse at our race night, then please do get in touch. There's still some horses left to be taken for the, like I said, the snip of a price of £10 English sterling. I think that's it. How would it? Back end, I think we're all ready to rock and roll, aren't we? I think all teams are familiar, so we don't need the usual online search. I think we're bidding that off, aren't we? So we Mike Scott is back from golf, so he is ready to rock and roll. Excellent. So if we can all get online, folks, get your first round sheet, and we'll get cracking with what I think is a rather more testing general knowledge round. Mike Scott's telling me that he won the golf. He won the golf with 36 points. Very nice indeed. Well, congratulations, Mike. Okay, I think we're ready. General knowledge, round one. Here we go. First question on tonight's quiz, written, of course, by Michael Beach. The general knowledge, like I said, sterner examination tonight. Here we go. I'm excited. For this. Here we go. Question number one in tonight's quiz. Let's have a read, shall we? The 39 Steps, the first film, was released in what decade? That's question number one on tonight's general knowledge quiz. The 39 Steps, and that's the first film, was released in what decade? Michael Beach, it'll be nice, Beachy, for you to give some commentary as to how you've selected these questions. I'm being told that Michael Beach has seen this at the theatre in London. He's seen it at the theatre in London, which has offered the inspiration, I would imagine, of plucking a film that I think Phil Mellor saw on his 50th birthday. Beachy potentially to come in in the millionaire round, where folks, you're going to have a very, very good handle on Swahili. Stay with us, folks. Stay with us. Okay, question number two in tonight's quiz. Who was Bill Clinton alleged to have had relations with whilst serving as the president of the United States? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. They all lie, don't they? They all lie. All of them, all the time. They can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. We don't do politics. We don't do politics, folks. We don't. Okay. So that was question number two. Who was Bill Clinton alleged to have had relations of a sexual nature with while serving as president of the United States? Again, 52 minutes to the watershed. If we can keep it nice and clean, folks, it's family quiz. Really looking forward to our race night, lads. Really looking forward to our race night. It's going to be great. Okay, on to three. Which team were controversially awarded the Women's Super League title this week, despite sitting in second place? So that's question number three. Which team were controversially awarded the Women's Super League title this week, despite sitting in second place? I believe it was settled on a points per game ratio. Stephen's asked, so is it on a weighted average? Because Stephen's asking me how does that work, and what I would have thought, Stephen, is that you take the points and you divide it by the amount of games they've played, as in points per game. Not rocket science, Stephen. I'll be honest. But yeah, I can see that there might be complications, because let's have it right. It doesn't feel right to settle it on that basis. Okay, that's three. On to four. Who plays Major George Cowley in the TV series The Professionals? Question four. Who plays Major George Cowley in the TV series The Professionals? Great show, I'm hearing. I've never seen it, Beach, actually. Never seen it. So that was question number four. Who plays Major George Cowley in the TV series The Professionals? And through to five. Cambodia was once a colony of which country? That's question 5. Cambodia was once a colony of which country? Don't worry, folks. It does get more testing, believe you me. To be fair, it's a good mix. It's a good mix, Beach. Actually, it is a good mix. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so that was a 5. Cambodia was once a colony of which country? Through to 6. I reckon you went here, didn't you, Beachy? What is the motto of the UK Cub Scouts? So that's question number 6. What is the motto of the UK Cub Scouts? Never went to Scouts myself. Is Cub Scouts the one? Is that the Cubs basically? Is that the one that's before the Scouts, or is that just the same thing? Same thing. I'm hearing. I remember my brother toyed with Cubs. My brother toyed with Cubs, as he does with musical theatre. But yeah, it was just never for me. Never. I'm hearing that Stephen Scott was forced by Jane Scott, forced to go and learn all sorts of things about knots. Okay, I'm hearing that it was a complete waste of time. Okay, it's on to 7. 7 now. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was written by whom? So that's question number 7. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was written by whom? Some great quotes by this fellow, actually. Solid beer, that. Very, very solid indeed. Okay. Let's just undo the top of this one here. I would, do you know what, Stephen, if we can at one stage, I'd love somebody to go through the footage we've had so far and add up the calories that have been inhaled through these, from these various drinks and tipples. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you've got enough time. I don't think you've got enough room on a sheet of paper. It's not that long. God Almighty. Okay, on to number 8. On to a capital city. Where's the capital city of Kazakhstan? One for the football fans. I think one for the football fans. So that's question number 8. What is the capital city of Kazakhstan? Home of Borat. Shout out to Jed and Diane who are playing as ever. Diane, I hope you've not killed Jed yet. Well within your rights to. Jed, I don't think it was at the race last year. I'm not sure. They've got a couple of runners and riders this time around. Jed and Diane. Look forward to seeing how they get on. Robson's armband returns. The Robson's armband with one time winner, and it's right arm. Will right arm round be in? Right arm rounds in the two-time major winner. Right arm round will feature. Okay, that was 8. On to 9. We've got what artist here? I'll go with which artist, Michael? Which artist? Yeah. Which artist was struck in the face with a mallet by an envious rival, disfiguring him for life? So that's question number 9. Which artist was struck in the face with a mallet by an envious rival, disfiguring him for life? What's it, sorry? Okay. I'm hearing that there's an ominous typo in the Millionaire. Oh God. It's not Switzerland again, is it? Oh, Switzerland aren't back up again, are they? No, okay. On to 10 now. That was number 9. This is 10. The Wipers Times was a wartime magazine from which conflict? As you can see, folks, we've definitely raised the bar here this week. We really have. Not an Alfie Bow insight this week. The Wipers Times was a wartime magazine from which conflict? Okay. So the Wipers Times, which was a magazine from which conflict. On to 11. Great show this back in the day. Who was the winner of American Idol Season 1? Who effectively was the first American Idol? Back when Simon Cowell didn't look like his waxwork. He is his waxwork now, isn't he? He is just his face is just still, isn't it? It's like a morphed thing. It's just, oh, dearie me, dearie me. Was it Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson on the panel at that stage? Great show. Okay, on to 12, possibly the most obscure question we've asked thus far. Good luck, folks. Which ingredient makes traditional Parmigiano Reggiano cheese non-vegetarian? So what are we asking here, Beachy? We're saying which ingredient makes Parmesan non-vegetarian? Okay. So hold on. So we're saying that it was vegetarian. It starts as vegetarian and then becomes non-vegetarian. Okay. Yes, let's not go any further. So what ingredient makes the traditional Parmesan non-vegetarian, basically? What do they stick in it that the veggies don't like? God, you can tell a vegan wrote these questions, can't you? Hey? I hear the cries of who cares. Okay. On to 13. Matthew Keith Hill is professionally known as what? So that's number 13. Matthew Keith Hill is professionally known as what? Not a name you hear nowadays, is it? Not many Keiths knocking around in the playgrounds of the United Kingdom. I can just see it now. Jensen, Charlie, Keith. Oh, God damn it. So Matthew Keith Hill. Who's Matthew Keith Hill for 13? 14. Another gimme here, folks. Another gimme here, folks. What is the southernmost city of the Commonwealth nations? Now you either know that or you don't, basically. I think that's the last of the really hard ones. Yeah. What is the southernmost city of the Commonwealth nations? Okay, so that was 14. I'm sure that one was placed swiftly into the answer sheet. Okay, 15. In rugby union, another rugby question this week for Lord Dadge. In rugby union, who is the Six Nations all-time top try scorer? So that's 15. Rugby union, who is the Six Nations all-time top try scorer? So that's 15. Rugby union, who is the Six Nations all-time top try scorer? Okay. Not a proper game, rugby. Not a proper game. On to 16. You'll be glad to know there's a few choices here. In what year did CD Records first outsell vinyl records? 86, 87, 88, or 89? So essentially what we've done there, I think it was on my instructions, to be fair, is if you know that question, you're going to get it. But we've just sort of made that a 25% shot for those who probably won't have any clue. I just interesting that Peachy didn't want to put an option in. The harshest quizmaster possibly this side of the Pennines. So there we go. In what year did CD Records first outsell vinyl records? 86, 87, 88, or the year of my birth, 89? Getting plenty of stick in the background. Lovely. Great. Okay, 17. Okay, which show is Frasier a spin-off from? Which show is Frasier a spin-off from? That's 17. Is it? No, it's Seinfeld, which is the really sort of intelligent comedy, isn't it? I think so. Which show is Frasier a spin-off from? 17. Yes, if you want, yeah, that's a good point, actually, Beachy. If you want to actually see the show, just put Comedy Channel on at any moment in the day or night, and it'll be there. Frasier, there it is. Let's watch this. Let's watch this episode again. Okay, 18. Here we go. One for the Pret lovers. Pret Manger, or is it Manger? Pret Manger is a popular sandwich chain in the UK. But what does the French name mean in English? That's Pret Manger. Is a popular sandwich chain in the UK. But what does it mean in English? And it's plastered all over the napkins, isn't it? I think, to be fair, yeah, it is. I don't like Pret. I don't like Pret. It's just one of those places where they don't give you any choice about the sauces. You know, if I want a sort of a really heavy mustard, and then I want that to be my choice. I don't want that pushed upon me, frankly. So if I want a mayo or a mustard, then I want that on the side, and I'll apply it. Don't smother it on every single product you have. You basically listen. I'm going to eat. I'm going elsewhere. Okay, 19. On to 19. What language is spoken in Norway? So that's question 19. What language is spoken in Norway? Land of the Midnight Sun. It is Land of the Midnight Sun, isn't it, Norway? I think so. Was that? Oh, so Stephen's telling me that he went in November. Were you polishing Norwegian trumpets in? Yes, yes. Sorting out plenty of Norwegian brass. Lovely, lovely. Okay, 38 minutes to the watershed float, folks. Hold on, we'll get there. And then 20. Sorry, I did say last of the toughies, but here we go. Glossectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part. So a glossectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part? Yes. Anybody with any sort of comments as to the content of that particular general knowledge round, please feel free to comment on Facebook and YouTube with your comments as appropriate. That was number 20, the last one in the general knowledge tonight. Glossectomy is the removal of all or parts of which body part? Lots of parts there, isn't there? I really struggled with that. Lots of moving parts to that question. Really good. Okay, so that was your first 20. That's round one. Polished off, nice and straightforward. Are we going through those again before the break? Yeah. Okay. So on to okay. We're going to quickly recap, of course, because then we've got to move on to round two, haven't we? Thank you for the reminder, Stephen. It's only week 11. Okay, question one was the 39 steps. The first film was released in what decade? Question two, we want to know who was Bill Clinton alleged to have had relations with while serving as US president. Three, which team were controversially awarded the Women's Super League despite finishing second place? Four, who plays Major George Cowley in the TV series The Professionals? Five, Cambodia was once a colony of which country? Six, what is the motto of the UK Cub Scouts? Seven, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was written by who? 8. What is the capital city of Kazakhstan? 9. Well, which artist was struck in the face with a mallet by an envious rival disfiguring him for life? 10. The Wipers Times was a wartime magazine from which conflict? 11. Who was the winner of the first season of American Idol? 12. What ingredient makes Parmesan cheese non-vegetarian? 13. Matthew Keith Hill is professionally known as what? 14. What is the southernmost city of the Commonwealth nations? 15. In rugby union, who is the Six Nations all-time top try scorer? 16. In what year did CD Records first outsell vinyl records? 86, 87, 88, or 89? 17. Which show is Fraser a spin-off from? 18. Pret a Manger is a popular sandwich chain in the UK. What does the French name mean in English? 19. What language is spoken in Norway? And 20. Glycectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part? So there they are. There's general knowledge. I can get those submitted, and then we can move through to the pick and mix. We've no showcase tonight. With no showcase, but no bother, because you're going to need plenty of brain power to fire through the rest of this quiz. Rest assured. Just whilst you're submitting those, just realise that the bottle opener is on the island there. So give me 2 secs. I'm back. Don't worry, Steve. I'm not going very far. Okay, how are we doing on submissions, Beachy? Okay. Oof, just under half. There's a few probably mulling a few of those over. Yeah, hearing so far that quite a few people successful with old Bill's antics, all heavily acquainted with. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Unlike Bill himself, he can't remember a thing. He can't remember a thing. Okay, just give it a minute or so, and then we will move through to the pick and mix. Happy to say, folks, I think the pick and mix is very gettable. I think the pick and mix is very gettable. Okay. Are we nearly there, Beachy? Okay, let's get cracking then. Round 2. Is that live now, Beachy? The sheet? Sheet is live, so we can get cracking with the pick and mix. We've got 5 rounds of 5 here, or is it? Yeah, it's 5 rounds of 5, isn't it? We sort of turned that last one up. Okay, so 5 rounds of 5. First round, of course, is as has become customary now, our pick and mix. So sorry, as become customary, our sporting pick and mix. So let's kick off then with British athletes with the most Olympic medals. Now, a few sort of points of clarification here. So the list has been compiled based on total medals. Doesn't matter. And this is the Summer Olympics, let's be clear. No, none of that winter tobogganing to deal with here. So this is Summer Olympics, and it's total medals, with the exception of the 5th place, which is awarded to an individual who has 5 medals. Okay, but there are a lot of, as you can imagine, there are quite a few with 5. So that individual has been awarded the place in this list on the basis that they have the most gold medals of all people tied on 5 tournaments. So the top 5 medal winners for British athletes at the Summer Olympics. That's what we're looking for, folks. Stephen, can you just read out the pick and mix sections you've got there, please? Yeah. Ah, yes, there we go. Yeah, got you. So we have 6. We do have 6, folks. We do have 6. But when Beachy sent me the quiz, he's missed out on one of the pick and mix sections. He's telling me that he sent me an updated version. I just can't see this in here, but it's okay. No bother. No bother. No bother. Stephen's telling me that he did get the right version, and I was copied into the same email. Wonderful. Wonderful. Being told it's not like me to read stuff and not respond. Very nice, Steve. Very nice. The nerve. The nerve. Okay, so how are we getting on, folks? We're looking for the top 5 medalists for Great Britain at the Summer Olympics. Like I said, just to be clear, total medals, with the exception of the individual who's in 5th place, who is there by virtue of having won the most medals, and he or she has 5 total medals. Okay. I can out that information a little bit. Oh yeah. So James Dadge, our resident rugby expert, has got the rugby question incorrect, I'm afraid. What a shame. What a shame. Okay. We can be chewing on that one as we work through the pick and mix tonight, folks. Let's move through to alternate letters are back again, and this time I think this should be reasonably straightforward for quite a few in here, particularly those who are into their Manchester bands. So we've got Manchester bands here, and in particular lead singers. So lead singers of Manchester bands with alternate letters missing. So here we go. Oh, wish me luck. Blank L blank N blank B blank O blank. 7 is blank I blank B blank O blank H. 8 is M blank R blank I blank S blank Y. So I nearly said something rhyming with blank. So that would be good. 9 is blank I blank K blank U blank K blank A blank L. And then 10 is blank A blank B blank O blank N. There we go. There's the alternate letters. You know, I think I got 3 out of 5 when I had to go at this picture. A little bit of quiet time there, just for people to a little bit of quiet time for people just to sort of peruse through those. I would imagine that that'll be absolute meat and drink to the likes of Mike Scott. Okay, about another 30 seconds and then we'll move through to the next pick and mix, which is a good one actually. I like this next one. Oh no. Oh right, okay. Okay, so that is worth highlighting. So we've got the alternate letters are on the quiz sheet, aren't they, Beachy? Okay, but we do have some photos coming up for segment 4, and at which stage we don't have them on the answer sheet this week. Okay, yeah, I'm just being given a point of order here that one of the individuals in here isn't in fact a lead singer. Should we just go with members of Manchester bands? Let's just go with that, shall we? Let's go with that. It's an angry Mike Scott in the background. Okay, we've had enough time with that, and they're on the answer sheet, so you can pick through those at will. So let's move forward now to list 3. This is the third list now. I'm going to be pretty specific about the order that these are placed in, folks. What we're looking for here, there are 7 consonants. There are 7 consonants. What I need you to do is list the top 5 in order of size, but it is crucial that they are listed correctly. So the answer to number 11 is the largest consonant in terms of size. The answer to number 12 is the second largest, so on and so forth. If you get one that's in the top 5 but in the wrong order, then you will not be receiving the point. So just to be clear, that number 11 is the largest, number 15 is the 5th largest in terms of size, and we're looking at, obviously, that's in terms of area. Okay, leave you with that one for a moment. A little trickier than I thought. That a little trickier than I thought. Hearing that in response to Mike Scott's cries about one of the previous sort of denotions of a lead singer, we are hearing that he has been a singer. We are hearing that he has been a singer. It doesn't make you complain null and void, Mike. Doesn't make you complain null and void. Perhaps draws questions about the veracity with which the complaint was made. I actually heard the door open. I heard the door open in the back end as Mike came in, charging like a bull in a china shop. Absolutely furious. Okay, consonants in order of size, folks. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Potentially the source of a little bit of debate there, I think. Okay. Again, as within previous weeks, when we go to the break, you'll have sort of 5-10 minutes to stew over these and to debate at length. So don't panic if you are sort of slightly behind and you don't have all the answers in at this stage. We're going to move through now to, well, what I think is quite a pleasant segment, insofar as we get to spend the next few minutes looking at Tom Hanks. A lovely man in every way, shape, and form. So what you're going to see now, you're going to see Tom Hanks. You're going to see 5 photographs of Tom Hanks in different movies. So the different movies that Tom Hanks has played. And what I need you to do is tell me the title of the film from which the picture displayed is from. So number 16 there is Tom Hanks looking, would you say, almost seductive. He's sort of got those longing eyes, hasn't he? Looking at you. There he is, Tom Hanks, looking, yeah, like you say, he's very young there. Yeah. Okay. That's a nice one of Tom. There he is. Hi, Tom. Oh God, brilliant. I mean, in terms of side profile, I mean, you can. So that's Tom. That's Tom there, looking nice and youthful. Let's move on now, please, Steve. Here's another one of Tom. Here he is. There he is. Just to be clear, that these aren't singers. That is Tom Hanks in a feature film. Trust me, looking rather rugged, very rugged indeed. There. Who did it better? So that's 17. Stephen's beavering away in the background. 18 is now. There we go. Well done, Steve. So there he is again. Tom Hanks, 18. Great film. This great film. I do like this one. In fact, they're all pretty good, aren't they? Yeah, he's just a really top bloke, isn't he? In every way, shape, and form. He is really great. I don't know if you've noticed, guys, but I'm a Tom Hanks fan. Maybe it's become obvious. I also like David Copperfield. One for the Partridge fans there. Okay, that's 18. Reasonably straightforward. That was. Let's move through to 19, please, Steve. Now, is it just me, or is that hairstyle is rather? It sort of reminds me of Alan Swan. Just, you know, the like sort of the way it goes back in, and just sort of like the Buffon at the back. Yeah, I like it. Terry Brooks there, yeah, I like it, Beachy. Okay, I reckon that's a bit of a biggie. So I think 19 should be okay. 20, on we go to 20. There he is. So there are 5 feature films with Tom Hanks in, and we're looking for the film that obviously the picture comes from. So from Tom Hanks, we'll move through to the connections round. We've got a connections round here, folks. So we're ready now. Here we go. 21. So connections round. We've got 4 questions, and the 5th will be what connects the previous 4 answers. So question 21. Who is the sister of Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter series of films? Who is the sister of Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter series of films? Reasonably straightforward, I think. We've definitely come down a notch from the general knowledge here, I think, which I'm sure is great relief to a number of those at home. Okay, on we go. Question 22. Which horse has the most English Grand National wins? That's 22. Which horse has the most English Grand National wins? Yeah, I like it. I like it, Mitchie. Okay. 23. Which comedian is best known, for his works on black books and Never Mind the Buzzcocks? So that's question 23. Which comedian is best known for his works on black books and Never Mind the Buzzcocks? So that's 23. Through now to 24. Quick fire connection around this. Gander is the male name for what animals? And that's 24. Gander is the male name for what animal? And question 25 is what connects the previous 4 answers? So that's 25. What connects the previous 4 answers? Okay. So that's the connections done and dusted. And we move on to the last round in the pick and mix, which might actually be one of my favourite rounds that we've had. So fair play to Beachy. And it's to do with characters, but they're characters from either James Bond films or Austin Powers films. So we're going to give you the title of the character, the name of the character. What we need you to do is tell us whether it's from James Bond or whether it's from Austin Powers. Now, I believe that let's say that the points will be awarded for if you denote James Bond or Austin Powers correctly. Or perhaps for a bit of fun, If anybody can actually get the actual films that these come from, it would be mightily impressive. No free text. Look at that. It's okay, Beachy. Don't worry about it. 2 options, then. Here we go. So the first character in this particular round, Scott Evil. Scott Evil. Is Scott Evil a character, James Bond or Austin Powers? I'm trying to decide whether I prefer Austin Powers or James Bond. Interesting that Beachy would choose this type of round, given that he is actually an international man of mystery. Michael Beach is Austin Powers. I think that's what we're coming to the conclusion. He's an international man of mystery, Beachy. You don't see the general knowledge round. Okay, here we go. 27. 27. Shady Tree. Shady Tree. Are we looking at James Bond character or an Austin Powers character? Shady Tree. Shady Tree. Okay. So that's 27, Shady Tree. 28, Franz Sanchez. Franz Sanchez. James Bond or Austin Powers? Franz Sanchez. So that's Franz Sanchez, 28. 29 is General Borchevsky. General Borchevsky, is that James Bond or Austin Powers? Very good, Dodge. Very good. Doctor No Vocal Cords. Another Partridge classic. Okay, so that was 29, General Borchevsky. Again, perfectly pronunciated. And last but not least, question 30, last one before the break, is Professor Joe Butcher. That's question number 30, Professor Joe Butcher, from James Bond or Austin Powers. So that's the lot for you pick and mix. Shall we run through those again, Steve, before we head off for a 10-minute break? So we come right back to the start, and just to be clear, first list then, we're looking for the top 5 medalists at the Summer Olympic Games for Great Britain. To be clear, that's total medals, just generally, but just note that the 5th entry is sort of tied with a lot of people on 5 medals, and the individual that's been put in has been put in on the basis that they won the most gold medals. Alternate letters round, not going to try and read those again. They were a bit of a tongue twister this week, but there they are. Manchester band lead / side singers. Front men or women. Influential characters, so whatever. Okay, on to consonants in order of size. So again, just to be clear here, it isn't just about getting the 5 largest consonants. You need to get them in the right order. So 11 needs to be the largest, and 5 needs to be the 5th. You can skip an answer, of course, if you don't know, but I would imagine that everybody will be plowing in 5 answers. On we go. Tom Hanks looking youthful and resplendent. Next, please, Steve. Looking like me a bit bedraggled, a bit dirty. Then on to this is 18. Okay. Then 19. Nice hair. And then 20. Okay. The connections round, we had 21, who is the sister of Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter series of films. 22, we had which horse has the most English Grand National wins. 23, we had which comedian is best known for his work on Black Books, never mind Buzzcocks. 24, we had gander is the male name for what animal. And 25 was the connection between the previous 4. And then through to the Austin Powers or James Bond. 26 was Scott's Evil. 27 was Shady Tree. 28 was Franz Sanchez. 29 was General Borchevsky. And 30 was Professor Joe Butcher. Would have liked to have seen Dr. No vocal cords as number 30. Okay, so that's round 1 and 2 for this evening. If you want to sort of confer over the break, get round 2 submitted. I make it 9 minutes to now. So if we do just after 9 o'clock, we'll reconvene. We'll run through the answers, and then we'll plough on with Millionaire, which is I enjoy tonight. There's a bit of Swahili in there. Lovely. All right, we'll see you shortly. So. How are we doing? How are we doing? We're back. We're back. All right. I hope you enjoyed the break. I've restocked my little beer line up here, which is getting longer and longer. Okay. We are at 1 minute past 9. Beach, how are we doing on submissions? There or thereabouts. I think we're there or thereabouts. We should be able to fire through these in a moment. 2 more needed. 2 more needed. Come on, folks. Let's not be last. I'll take its charger out of this phone before it before the phone combusts because it's a little bit too hot. Okay, are we all right, Beachy? Are we there? All right, we're there. Okay, we can go through the answers to round number 1 first, and we can solve some of these mysteries because that's what they were, mysteries. Are you ready, Steve? Okay, the 39 Steps. The first film was released in the 1930s. The 1930s. Alfred Hitchcock. I'm being told in the background. Not a clue. Not a clue. Okay, question number 2. Who was Bill Clinton alleged to have had relations with? We all know that was, of course, Monica Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky, that White House aide. No, careful, folks. It is past 9 o'clock. It is past 9 o'clock. Let's keep it tasteful. Let's keep it tasteful. Okay, 3. Chelsea were controversially awarded the Women's Super League. Chelsea ladies there with the title, snipping Manchester City, I think, wasn't it? Liverpool relegated. Absolutely delightful. Okay, on to 4. Gordon Jackson plays Major George Cowley in the TV series The Professionals. That's Gordon Jackson for 4. 5. Cambodia was once a colony of France. 6. Be prepared is the Scouts' motto. Be prepared for 6. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn were written by Mark Twain. Some very good quotes from Mark Twain. Do like him. Astana is the capital of Kazakhstan. Or we will accept Nurse. What is it? Nurse Sultan. It was renamed. Nurse Sultan's fine, but Astana. We all know Astana. It's fine. Number 9, Michelangelo. He's been popular in these quizzes, hasn't he? Michelangelo. He was the gentleman who was disfigured for life. The Wipers Times was a wartime magazine from World War One. World War One. For 11, nickname for E, apparently. 11, Kelly Clarkson was the first American Idol. She sing Because of You. Great track. On to 12. Now, you're going to have to help me out here, Beachy. Animal Rennet. Now, what is that like, Beachy? Is that like oil or something like that? It's fat. If you put animal fat, it's fine. You can have animal fat, but it's rennet. What is rennet? It's animal fat from a stomach lining, apparently. Good. I'm glad we cleared that up. Okay, Matthew Keith Hill is Harry Hill. Harry Hill from Matthew Keith Hill. On to 14, Invercargill is the southernmost city of the Commonwealth. Where's that, Beachy? Is that in New Zealand? Yeah. Invercargill. Very good if you got that. Very good. On to 15, Brian O'Driscoll has scored the most tries in the Six Nations. 27 tries for Brian O'Driscoll. CDs first outsold vinyl records in 1986. 1986 for the CDs outstripping vinyl. Which show is a Fraser spin-off? Cheers. Cheers is a Fraser spin-off. Oh, sorry. Fraser is a spin-off from Cheers. Pret a Manger is Ready to Eat. Ready to Eat for Pret a Manger. bit naughty from this. It's a bit naughty, this one, Michael. 19. What language is spoken in Norway? Norwegian is spoken in Norway. Bit naughty, that. Bit naughty. I'll give him a slap on the wrists for you folks, don't worry. Give you a bit of a spanking, Michael. Dear me, it's past 9 o'clock. Okay, and 20. Glossectomy is the removal of part or all of the tongue. So well done to any glossectomies out there who, or whatever that is. I don't know who does that. God only knows. Okay, onto the sort of the pick and mix now. So the sporting list, we wanted the British medalists. Top of the shop with 8 medals is Bradley Wiggins. 5 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. In second is Chris Hoy with 7. He has 6 gold and 1 silver. In third is Jason Kenny with 7. Sorry, he's joint second. Jason Kenny has 7, 6 gold, 1 silver. In fourth place is Steve Redgrave with 5 gold and a pesky bronze. Sir Steve Redgrave, of course, and Sir Chris Hoy, actually, and Sir Bradley Wiggins, and another Sir in fifth. God, do you imagine it? Sir Ben Ainsley is fifth. Sir Ben Ainsley with 4 gold and 1 silver. Yeah, I don't know what Jason Kenny did wrong, but there you go. Okay, alternate letters. So number 6, lead singer, of course, Clint Boone. Great on vocals, Clint. In 7, we had Tim Booth, James, Morrissey, sucking the life out of everything wherever he is. 9 is Mick Hucknall, lead singer of arguably one of the greatest bands on the planet, Simply Red. Just what a phenomenal back catalogue. And 10 is Ian Brown, who has 3 vocal cords left in his. Honestly, I saw him live about 10 years ago. It was as bad as it gets. And we go consonants in order of size. Have you got an answer for this? Steve, I know top of the shop is Asia. Top of the shop is Asia, followed by Africa. Africa in second. In third, you should have had North America. In fourth, you should have had South America. And in fifth, you should have had Antarctica. Despite the fact that it takes 3 years to fly from the west to the east of Australia, that is 7th. That is the smallest of the continents. So just to recap, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, and then Antarctica. 6 is Europe, where you're from, Stephen. Okay, on we go. We've got 16 now. So this was Tom seducing Meg Ryan in Sleepless in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle. Careful there, that's not very many puns. And then on to 17 is obviously Castaway. Early on in the film, could have actually been Saving Private Ryan in another shot. But yeah, Castaway. 17. 18 is Mr. Sullenberger in Sully. Sully for 18. 19 is Professor Robert Langdon in The Da Vinci Code. And 20 is The Terminal. No idea what the character's name is. He's Israeli. We know that. Okay. Okay. It seems like not a lot of people like Simply Red on the feed. That's their problem, not mine. Okay, on we go to the connections round. 21. Who is the sister of Ron Weasley? It's Ginny Weasley. 22. Red Rum is the most successful horse in the English Grand National. Bill Bailey is the comedian from Black Books and Nevermind the Buzzcocks. A gander is a goose. And that means that your connection should be alcoholic spirits. You should have gin, Ginny Weasley, obviously rum, Bailey's, and Grey Goose. So alcoholic spirits. I will just note that Grey Goose is a brand name rather than the spirit itself. But we need a tenuous connection, so I don't care. On we go. Final, we have James Bond or Austin Powers. First, we had Scott Evil, who is from Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Scott Evil. Then we had Shady Tree, who's from James Bond, Diamonds Are Forever. Franz Sanchez, 28, from James Bond, License to Kill. 29, General Borchevsky, from Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. And 30, Professor Joe Butcher, from James Bond, License to Kill. Very disappointed there, Beachy, that we didn't see that. That's a great character. The greatest character of all of the films there, I think. Wonderful, wonderful one. Apologies for anybody who thinks that that's slightly flowery language. I do apologise. Okay, on we go. So there were the first two rounds. I hope you did reasonably okay with those, and that you recovered in the second round from the first round. And I think, Stephen, if you're ready, I don't see why we don't just crack on with Millionaire, eh? Okay, so I'm being told to basically fill. I'm being told to fill. Which means that Stephen's probably rattling around with some sort of Peroni Red. So just to be clear, if you haven't played before, why are we even saying if you haven't played before? Of course, everyone's played before. Just bear in mind the copy and paste trick with the team name, just to make sure that you don't get caught out and you end up about 5 questions behind, which I think was Ayrton Fielding's fate last time out. I think Ayrton was playing in a different time warp, frankly. He was that far behind. But yeah, that's about that. You're now ready, Stephen. You're now ready. Lovely stuff. Okay, well, without further ado, let's play round 3. Who wants to be a millionaire? Thanks again to Celador Studios, who we've shamelessly ripped off in order to bring you another production of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Of course, no money on offer here tonight, but as usual, 3 sections of 5. The first 5 questions are worth 1 point in tonight's quiz. The second 5 worth 2 points, and the last section worth 3 points. As per the previous weeks, we will run the sort of the side game to see who gets to a million. But given the fact that you need to have a decent grasp of Swahili to get to £1,000 tonight, we'll see if anybody gets to 1,000 first, shall we? Okay, here we go. Without further ado, let's play. Okay, I assume that round 3's up, Beachy. You've not got lost in the excitement, have you? The sheets are open. The sheets are open. So here we go. Question 1. For £100 and 1 point in tonight's quiz, what benefit to the human body do cod liver oil or cod liver oil tablets are typically associated with? A, fresh breath. B, healthy joints. C, improved eyesight. Or D, improved sense of smell. So what benefit to the human body do cod liver oil tablets give? Fresh breath, healthy joints, improved eyesight, or improved sense of smell. Hearing disputes in the background around whose fault it was for the little typo there. Always pleasing when I can stay out of it. That's question 1 for £100 and 1 point in tonight's quiz. Dad just has to have a trimmed the beard, yes, and rather unsuccessfully. It really needs professionally doing. I've got some really sort of long bits and some really short bits at the start. It's not really uncute. Okay, let's move on. Question 2 for £200 and for 1 point in tonight's quiz. What nut is traditionally used in a Waldorf salad? A, peanut, B, walnut, C, pine nut, or D, cashew nut? So that's question 2 for £200 and for 1 point in tonight's quiz. What nut is traditionally used in a Waldorf salad? A peanut, a walnut, a pine nut, or a cashew? Again, you can tell the vegans in town, can't you? Bloody hell. Okay, let's move through because I think these are relatively straightforward until we get to question 5. Question 3 for £300 and for 1 point in tonight's quiz. Nice to see you nice was a catchphrase associated with which TV star? Bruce Forsyth, Tommy Cooper, Eric Morecambe, or Ronnie Barker? For 1 point in tonight's quiz and £300. Question 3. Nice to see you nice was a catchphrase associated with which TV star? Bruce Forsyth, Tommy Cooper, Eric Morecambe, or Ronnie Barker? Good game. That's all you're getting out of me, Beachy. That's all you're getting out of me. Just to be clear, for the virtual race night, there'll be plenty of Bruce Forsyth-style games on offer, let me tell you. Okay, Fuller, here we go. And Stephen, I've just laid out there is a production cost to that. Okay, on we go to 4. It's £500 and 1 point in tonight's quiz. In the board game Cluedo, what colour is the playing piece Mrs. Peacock? Blue, green, white, or purple? So that's question 4 for £500 and for 1 point in tonight's quiz. In the board game Cluedo, what colour is the playing piece Mrs. Peacock? Blue, green, white, or purple? Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for, folks. And once I've read this question, because you're going to have time to think about this, the dogs have just encroached into the kitchen, and Bella is crying at me. So I'm just going to boot her out the kitchen in a moment. So, okay, here we go. 5 for £1,000 and for 1 point in tonight's quiz. In Swahili, Jambo means what? A, goodbye, B, thank you, C, hello, or D, yes. Now, given that it is £1,000 question, this, I am just going to offer a little bit of information that may act as a guide for those of you who are thinking, why am I being tested on Swahili this early on in the proceedings? And to just say that this Jambo, it's in a song they use in primary school. Is that right, Beachy? And to be clear, that Jambo is the first word of the song. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. It's the first word of the song, Jambo. Okay, so in Swahili, Jambo means what? He's betting that people are going to get it right because people have got it good. We'll see about that. But just to be clear, that the guidance that I'm giving is that it's the first word in the song. Okay, so that's the first 5. If you can get that submitted, then we can roll through those and move through to sections 2 and 3. Okay, how are we doing on submissions, Beachy? Stephen's complaining about the lighting now. I do apologise. The bulb above me has gone off, which is not great when it gets a bit moody outside. That said, it is wonderful from a heat perspective. I'm not actually frying this week, which is quite nice. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so I think we're ready to go. I think, aren't we, Beachy? Okay, let's rewind, Steve. Let's run through them. So question 1, what benefit to the human body does cod liver oil provide? Breath, joint, eyesight, or smell? Let's have a look, Steve. There we go. Healthy joints. On to 2. What nut is traditionally used in a Waldorf salad? Peanut, walnut, pine nut, or cashew? Let's have a look. It's a walnut. On we go now to number 3 for £300 and for 1 point tonight's quiz. Nice to see you nice was a catchphrase associated with which TV star? Forsyth, Cooper, Morecambe, or Barker. Let's have a look. Bruce Forsyth, of course. On to number 4, £500 and 4 points. In the board game Cluedo, what colour is the playing piece? This is peacock, blue, green, white, or purple. Let's have a look. Very good indeed. And here we go, folks. Let's test the Swahili. 5 for £1,000 and 1 point in tonight's quiz. In Swahili, jambo means what? Goodbye, thank you, hello, or yes. Let's have a look, Steve. There you go. Don't say I don't try and help you. You know, first word. Apparently everybody's got it right. Everybody's got it right. Well, I'll eat my hat. Okay. On we go. Question 6. 2 points in tonight's quiz. Now, just to be clear, this is worth 2 points. And glycectomy earlier on was worth 1 point. Let's not get into the nitty-gritty of the pointing system. Here we go. 2 points in tonight's quiz with £2,000. Dion Dublin is a presenter on what television programme? Bargain Hunt, Homes Under the Hammer, Garden Rescue, or A Place in the Sun? So that's question 6. Dion Dublin is a presenter on what television programme? Bargain Hunt, Homes Under the Hammer, Garden Rescue, or A Place in the Sun? So that's for £2,000 and for 2 points in tonight's quiz. Dion Dublin. Stick to football, Dion. Stick to football. I've seen him a few times on this programme, and it's just painful. Everyone's still in the millionaire. Everybody. Wow. Let's separate the wheat from the chaff. Here we go. Number 7. For £4,000 and 2 points in tonight's quiz. Who succeeded Clement Attlee as the UK Prime Minister? Sir Alec Douglas Home, Sir Anthony Eden, Sir Winston Churchill, or Harold Macmillan? What's Harold done wrong there? What's Harold done? Obviously, Liz isn't happy. But there we go. Question 7 for £4,000 with 2 points in tonight's quiz. Who succeeded Clement Attlee as the UK Prime Minister? Sir Alec Douglas Home, Sir Anthony Eden, Sir Winston Churchill, or Harold Macmillan? I haven't actually looked at Millionaire, and I'd definitely be out on the Swahili. But I'm becoming stalling back with that bad boy, that's for sure. Nice to see the politics degree. Nice to see the politics degree not letting me down there. Okay. On to number 8 for £8,000 and for 2 points in tonight's quiz. In 1972, Hereford United famously defeated who in the FA Cup? Leeds United, Southampton, Newcastle United, or Coventry City. What was the goal? What's he called, the guys? Is it Ronnie Radford? Ronnie Radford, that's it. Ronnie Radford. Brilliant. Okay, £8,000. 2 points in tonight's quiz. In 1972, Hereford United famously defeated who in the FA Cup? Leeds United, Southampton, Newcastle United, or Coventry City? Onwards we march. On to question 9 now. For £16,000 and 2 points in tonight's quiz. Who wrote the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Roger Hargreaves, Eric Carle, Spike Milligan, or Richard Scarry? So that's question number 9. Who wrote the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Roger Hargreaves, Eric Carle, Spike Milligan, Richard Scarry. We're really separating the wheat from the chaff here now, aren't we? They know the Swahili, but do they know their children's books? That's the big question. That's the big question. Is that song really famous, Peachy? I can't get over that. I cannot get over it. It's taught at every primary school in the land. God, what a damning indictment on our education system. Okay, question 10 then, for £32,000 and for 2 points in tonight's quiz. In the TV sitcom The Vicar of Dibley, the character Jim Trott is played by which actor? Trevor Peacock, James Fleet, John Bluthal, or Gary Waldorf? Going back to the probably the most infamous round, wasn't it, of the 11 weeks of our quizzes, the alternate letter British sitcom character round, which essentially resembled a high-speed car crash. It was, you could hear the metal crunching for days. It was really okay. £32,000 here, 2 points in tonight's quiz. In the TV sitcom The Vicar of Dibley, the character Jim Trott is played by which actor? Trevor Peacock, James Fleet, John Bluthal, or Gary Waldorf? Okay. How are we doing on submissions, Beachy? We'll roll through these. 5 or 6 more, and then we can roll through those and then play for the real big stuff. I've just seen question 14, Beachy. A little bit concerned as to how you want me to even pronounce that. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Okay. We all right, Beachy? We can roll through. Here we go. Right, back to question 6, which is for £2,000 and 2 points in tonight's quiz. Dion Dublin is a presenter in which TV programme? Shall we lock it in, Steve? And let's have a look. Dion Dublin is on Homes Under the Hammer. Now, the only thing that Dion's got to say on Homes Under the Hammer is basically it's just knock it through. His idea of internal planning is to have a one up, one down. Just have one big massive room downstairs and one big massive room upstairs. Just knock all these walls through. There's no need for them. It's fine. Give it up, Dion. Give it a rest. Okay, on we go. At number 7, £4,000. Here's a banana skin here. £4,000 for 2 points in tonight's quiz. Who succeeded Clement Attlee as the UK Prime Minister? Let's lock it in, Steve. And let's reveal the correct answer. There we go. Sir Winston Churchill, who of course had 2 stints as British Prime Minister, and other than the war, was probably considered to be terrible at it. Okay, here we go. Number 8, £8,000 for £8,000 for 2 points in tonight's quiz. We don't do politics, folks. Just be aware. Number 8, in 1972, Hereford United famously defeated who in the FA Cup? Leeds, Southampton, Newcastle, or Coventry? Should we lock it in, Steve? Oh! It was a double press. It's a double press. It's a quick fire. We've got all the contestants to get on, Steve. Nice. Okay. Are we done? Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't see the green bit. I can't see. Seamless, folks. Newcastle United is the correct answer for £8,000. On to number 9. Who wrote the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Roger Hargreaves, Eric Carle, Spike Milligan, or Richard Scarry? Let's lock it in, Steve. Let's have a look. Eric Carle. Now, Roger Hargreaves, he's Mr. Men, isn't he? He's the Mr. Men. Yeah. Oh, so okay. And 10, here we go, 10. In the TV sitcom The Vicar of Dibley, the character Jim Trott was played by Trevor Peacock, James Fleet, John Bluthal, or Gary Waldhorn. Let's lock it in, Steve. Okay, and let's have a look. There it is, Trevor Peacock. Lovely stuff. How many have we got left in, Beachy? Do we know? Okay, we have six or 7 teams left in at this stage. For what is a rather testing run-in, let me tell you. Okay, shall we move on to question number 11, which is £64,000. 3 points in tonight's quiz. And there's some real testing stuff here, Beachy. Allurophobia is the fear of what? Water, light, cats, or dogs? So allurophobia is the fear of what? Water, light, cats, or dogs? For £64,000 and for 3 points in tonight's quiz. Time for another San Miguel. Other lagers are available. Peroni Red and Amstel in the back end. Beachy, you're on a vegan cider, aren't you? Deary me. Okay, so that's 11 for £64,000 and 3 points in tonight's quiz. Allurophobia is the fear of water, light, cats, or dogs. Okay, so that's 11. Here comes number 12 for £125,000 and 3 points in tonight's quiz. Nocturnes are several pieces of music written by which composer? Ludwig van Beethoven. B, is this where you're telling me that we need to replace this? B. It's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Stephen managed to shave the surname off the end there. Well done, Steve. C is Frederick Chopin. And D is Claude Debussy. So that's number 12. Nocturnes are several pieces of music written by which composer? Beethoven, Mozart, that's Mozart for B, Chopin, or Debussy. Correction from the back end, it was Beach's fault. Okay, that's 12. On now to 13, which is for £250,000 and for 3 points in tonight's quiz. Which type of flowers are described as, oh God, what is this? Ericaceous. Is that right? Ericaceous? Which type of flowers are described as that word beginning with E and ending in S? Lilies, daisies, heathers, or roses? So that's number 13 for £250,000 and for 3 points in tonight's quiz. Which type of flowers are described as ericaceous? Ericaceous? I don't know. Lilies, daisies, heathers, or roses? Sorry, how should I be saying that, Beachy? Eraceous. No, that's not right. That can't be right. Okay, here we go. 14 for £500,000 and for 3 points in tonight's quiz. In what year did the United States of America celebrate its sesquicentennial? I think I've got that right. Sesquicentennial. 1926, 1916, 1906, or 1896. So in what year did the US celebrate its sesquicentennial? 1926, 1916, 1906, or 1896. A bit of a two-part question, this really, isn't it? The first is, what on earth is sesquicentennial? Followed by then trying to map it back to the origins of the United States of America. Very nice, Beachy. I like that. I like that a lot. Sesquicentennial. That's the takeaway from tonight's quiz, that's for sure. Okay, so that's for $500,000. Sesquicentennial, absolutely outstanding stuff. What is a sesquicentennial, Beachy, in the back end? He doesn't know. Great. Brilliant. Okay. So that's 14 and then 15, the £1 million question tonight. Fabulous work for anybody who's got there. But for £1 million in tonight's quiz, 3 points, more importantly. Which Australian creature takes its name from the Aboriginal word for no drink? Kookaburra, kangaroo, koala, or dingo? So that's question 15. For 3 points in tonight's quiz, for £1 million, which Australian creature takes its name from the Aboriginal word for no drink? Kookaburra, kangaroo, koala, or dingo? Very good, Beachy. Enjoyed that. So whilst you're just finishing off there, I do just want to make a big votive thanks to Michael for writing the quiz tonight. Superb work from his end, and I'm very appreciative of it because it means we've been able to get together again, which we all love to do by now, I'm sure. So thank you to Beachy. Here's to you, mate. Well done, mate. Well done. Here's my lager to your vegan fruit cider at the back end. Okay, let's get those submitted, and then we can run through the final 5 questions in tonight's quiz, and then plough on towards the virtual race night. How are we doing, Beachy, for submissions? Rachel's asking, is Beachy actually vegan? Beachy isn't vegan. His partner Rachel is vegan, and it's not difficult. Oh, she's vegetarian. It's not difficult to see where the power in that particular relationship lies. When you look at the cuisine that's served up on an almost nightly basis, some would suggest the power certainly lies on the female side of that particular relationship. Well, there we go. Okay, let's not get into that particular bath of hot water this evening. Beachy, we're ready. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Back to the £64,000 question number 11, which for 3 points. Allurophobia is the fear of what? Water, light, cats, or dogs? Let's lock it in, Steve. Okay, and let's have a look. Cats, the correct answer. And you would be right to be scared of cats. Untrustworthy things that they just tend to foul over my lawn, and it really annoys me. Okay, here we go. £125,000. Question number 12 for 3 points. Nocturnes, several pieces of music written by which composer? We had Beethoven, we had Mozart, Chopin, and Debussy. Let's lock it in, Steve. And let's have a look. Excellent. Chopin for 125,003 points. On we march to that wonderful word that nobody knows how to say. £250,000 on offer here, and 3 points for anybody knowing which type of flowers are described as. It's got to be ericaceous, hasn't it? It's got to be. Lilies, daisies, heathers, or roses? Let's lock it in. And let's have a look, Steve. Heathers. See, heathers are ericaceous. Yeah. Okay, on to 14, £500,000, 3 points in tonight's quiz. In what year did the US celebrate its sesquicentennial? Wow. It's the 150th anniversary, apparently. Sesquicentennial. Yeah, you happy with that? You happy with that? Okay, well, I now know the answer without looking at that. Oh, look how smart I am. Okay. Is it A, 1926, B, 1916, C, 1906, or D, 1896? Let's lock it in, Steve. I can't reveal right now. Go on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, Steve. Because of course, America was founded in 1776, Stephen. Of course. Okay, there we go. £500,000, and then on to question 15, the £1 million question, and for 3 points in tonight's quiz. We wanted which Australian creature takes its name from the Aboriginal word for no drink? Kookaburra, kangaroo, koala, or dingo? Apparently, you can apply common sense to this if you think about it. Let's lock it in, Steve. First of all. And let's reveal the correct answer. Koala for the correct answer. The logic, please, Beachy. Apparently, the logic here is that they often succumb to forest fires, but they manage not to die because they don't need to drink. That's apparently the logic. I'm not sure I follow, but there we go. Okay, are you turning the music off, Steve? Or am I going to humming along to Millionaire all night? Okay. Look, I've become a prima donna in the last 11 weeks, mate. I'm a prima donna. There we go. Thank you, Steve. So that's tonight's quiz, folks. As per usual, Beachy, I think he's been beavering away in the background with the results as we've been going along. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in again. We've had a really good turnout again tonight, as we have done in all the weeks this has been run. So we are very grateful for your support. As per usual, any sort of donation details continues to be on the website for anybody who continues to wants to continue to support the club in that manner at this reasonably difficult time. It seems with the shifting of the government guidelines that there will be opportunities to get back to the club in some very limited capacity in the near future. So we look forward to that. We are all gasping really to get back there and host a quiz night in person, really, so that we can welcome everybody who's played along, but particularly those sort of people who've been playing along who are sort of new to Mottram Creek Club. We really are looking forward to welcoming everybody up there for a drink and to say hello. Stephen's asked me to, go on, Steve, what are you saying? Jill Andrews asked if there's any update with the legal representative position as per the credits. So what I can say, Jill, is that James Dadger's position as legal rep remains under review, particularly as he's given me a bit of a bollocking in a couple of WhatsApp groups of late, meaning that I really am disturbed. So yes, Jill, application forms come out in short, and we'll see in due course. In terms of where we go from here, I suppose, obviously there's the break next week while Stephen goes and polishes trumpets in Oldham. Trumpet polishing in Oldham. Yeah, I can't compete with that, frankly. I can't compete with that on a Saturday night. So he's off polishing trumpets next Saturday. So the following Saturday is when we come back with the virtual quiz. So the virtual race night quiz. As I said before, there are some horses left to sponsor if you do wish to do so. Just let us know and we can pop you down. Promise you, the hour is always a great event. And I think one of the reasons why we are looking to possibly take the break is just the production time. in order to put it together for a fortnight's time. I can assure you that it will probably be something to behold. Not least the fact that I'm going to try and squeeze in. Not least the fact that I'm going to try and squeeze into a tuxedo that arguably didn't fit me this time last year. So God only knows what it's going to look like when I try and slip into it in a fortnight's time. You'll be able to hear the seams creaking through the virtual space, I would imagine. But I hope to see everybody there in a fortnight's time tuning in. We can have a good night together and have a bit of a laugh and a drink, and then we see where we go from there. But without further ado, I hope to see everybody in a couple of weeks' time. As ever, and I know that there are a lot of things that are cooling off in terms of guys, but if anybody's out there, member-wise, who needs a hand or whatnot, just do shout. And we're more than happy to lend anybody a hand who needs it. Stephen, yes, you were going to shout something in my ear then. Yes. So just post this. I won't bore you with this. But Mike Scott, please can you come into the back end at pace, please? If you come into the back end at pace, there are things that we need to discuss. Okay. Just one thing that I forgot to do, actually, in the credits, was Cell Block Hale. The Mansons have been playing along. So one of the credits that's not on there, but should perhaps be top of the shop, is Rob Manson's lads, who I'm reliably assured are Ayrton Fielding's biggest fan club. So Ayrton Fielding, well done. You've obviously made a remarkable impression. I'm told that the membership is now swelling at 3, and I can tell you that I'm not a member of that. Okay, good night, folks. Hope you have a good week, and we'll see you in a fortnight's time. Cheers.